Production support for Ohio Educational Broadcasting award-winning News 6 has come from Whirlpool Corporation's Findlay Division, working to make your life a little easier. Additional support has come from the Northwest Ohio Educational Technology Foundation and from this public television station.
For a happy, good time, join News 6 in Arcadia. You'll be seeing dolls made from corn husk, computers for kids, and an important child safety program.
Hi, and welcome to News 6. I'm Jason Krause from Arcadia Elementary School in Arcadia, Ohio. Here with our first story is Josh Lucas.
Computers have become important in many areas of our lives, and the classroom is no exception. At Arcadia, students are taught to work with computers in a language called Logo.
Computers have become valuable teaching aids in classrooms all across the country. Our teacher, Ms. Stewart, started a program here using the format Logo. We asked Ms. Stewart to tell us how the computer program got started at Arcadia and just how successful it has been.
How long have you been interested in computers, and why did you become interested?
I've seen a lot of trends in education come and go, and I didn't get interested in computers until I was sure computers was a trend in education that was going to stay, and that was about 4 or 5 years ago.
What fascinates you about computers?
The challenge. I think anything you do with the computer is a challenge, or at least that's the way I look at it.
How many computers are in the elementary, and where are they located?
We have a total of 18. One of those is in the office, one in the library, one in the music room, in our resource center, reading, and then one in each of the classrooms.
Would you explain your philosophy in using computers in grades kindergarten through 6th?
We don't believe that elementary children need to know how to program in BASIC. Very few children are going to leave the elementary and become programmers, so we leave that to the high school classes. So the main thrust of our program is to computer-assisted instruction to correlate with math, children that might be having difficulty, enrichment of those that are really flying along, and the second part of it being programming in Logo.
What is Logo, and what are the values for a student to learn Logo?
With Logo, you have a little triangle on the screen that's called a turtle, and you program this turtle to do whatever you want it to do on the screen. The biggest thing that I see in Logo is that it teaches thinking skills. And working with Logo, it teaches them the thinking skills that they need to go through to discover answers. Using sequential order, you have various steps that you need to go through to get the turtle to draw a square or a rectangle or a house or whatever it might be.
Today's show is being produced by Miss Judith Stewart's 6th grade class at Arcadia Elementary School in Arcadia, Ohio. Arcadia is located about 8 miles northeast of Findlay. The town was founded in 1834 and has a current population of about 750.
To most folks, corn husks are nothing more than trash left over after the harvest. But for a lady in Arcadia, they are the stuff dolls are made of.
What happens to the corn husk after it is peeled? For some people, like Lorena Schaller, it becomes part of a unique hobby. She makes corn husk dolls and figurines. We asked Mrs. Schaller how she got started making these unique dolls.
How did you get started making corn husk dolls?
Well, I was pregnant and bored and wanted something to do, so I went to the library and picked out a book.
How long have you been making them?
Since 1975.
Where do you get the corn husk from?
I go out to the field and I gather the corn husk and bring it in and put it in the sink and bleach it if it needs to be bleached, and if the colors are really good, if I get Indian corn, if the colors are really good, I just leave it the same color.
The corn husk must also be kept wet while making the dolls so that they are easy to bend and mold into shapes. After assembling the body, Mrs. Schaller puts on the finishing touches like the skirt. You can also put hair and faces on the dolls after they have dried.
Why do you have so many varieties and shapes?
When I make them, I have different varieties and shapes because they all turn out different, and I want to be creative when I make them.
Do you make anything else besides corn husk dolls?
I make grapevine baskets and grapevine wreaths.
Even though many people don't like to think about it, there are people out there who commit crimes against children. At Arcadia, we're fighting back with a program called CAP.
Parents have always been concerned about the safety and welfare of their children. Here at Arcadia Elementary, we are able to take part in a special program that is devoted to preserving the safety of kids. The program is called the CAP program. CAP stands for Child Assault Prevention Program. The goal of the program is to teach the children how to keep themselves safe. We asked Cindy Gangle, one of the local organizers and directors of the CAP program, about the history of CAP. Cindy, what is the CAP program?
The CAP program stands for Child Assault Prevention Project, and what we do is we teach children how to be safe.
How did the program get started?
It started in Columbus, Ohio back in 1978 when some teachers were concerned about a child who had been assaulted and what they could do to help her.
Why do you do the program?
Because we want children to know how they can stay safe.
What do you have to do to get involved with the CAP program?
Each volunteer has to be trained first. It's a 3-day training. It's pretty intense, but they learn how to do the role plays, how to do the skits, and what CAP is all about. And then they have to practice for a long time so that they know their lines real well.
Using their training, Cindy and her staff perform role-playing exercises to demonstrate situations that could threaten children. They emphasize the rights of all people have, including children, to be safe, strong, and free. The CAP program has helped us become more aware of strangers. It has given us some good advice and ways to keep us safe, strong, and free.
That's all for this week's show. Join us next week when New 6 travels to Port Clinton.
Production support for News 6 has come from Whirlpool Corporation's Findlay Division, working to make your life a little easier. Additional support has come from the Northwest Ohio Educational Technology Foundation and from this public television station.